Have you ever seen a creature with something on its mouth that looks like an anus? Scientists almost thought this thing was our ancestor. When Chinese scientists dug up its fossil in 2017, the entire academic world exploded. Because this thing, only 1 millimeter in size, might have been humanity's ancestor from 535 million years ago. It had no anus, only one mouth. Around it were dense folds and sharp spines, looking exactly like a certain indescribable body part. Scientists named it Saccorhytus. But the most terrifying thing was not its appearance, but the way it lived. It had only one opening, which was both its mouth and its butthole. Eating, drinking, excreting, everything was done through the same place. Imagine that right after you finish eating, you have to expel it from that same hole. That may have been your ancestor, but in 2022, scientists discovered an even more explosive truth. After 5 years of research, they used X-ray scans on hundreds of fossils and found that the gill openings they had identified before did not exist at all. Those holes were only formed after the fossils had been worn down. What does that mean? It means Saccorhytus was not humanity's ancestor at all. It was more likely an ancient relative of spiders, crabs, and roundworms. Scientists got excited for nothing for 5 years. Humanity kept tracing back its ancestors, and in the end, found out it had recognized the wrong ancestor. And the real ancestor still has not been found to this day. But the funnier part was still to come. To clear up this blunder, scientists used the particle accelerator at the Swiss light source. This is one of the world's top pieces of equipment, specifically used to take X-ray images. Like doing a CT scan, they scanned the fossils from hundreds of different angles, then used a supercomputer to build 3D models. As a result, they found that those holes once thought to be breathing openings were actually pits left behind after the spines on the fossils had broken off. It was just like when you pull the spines off a cactus and little holes are left behind. What was even more surprising was that scientists also discovered Saccorhytus' true identity. Its body surface had a cuticle layer, and it molted like a crab. Its mouth was located at the end of its body. All of these traits pointed in one direction. It was an ecdysozoan. In other words, it belonged to the same family as insects, shrimp, crabs, and nematodes, and had absolutely nothing to do with humans. This farce of mistaking the wrong ancestor made the paleontology world look pretty awkward. The 2017 paper was published in Nature, and media all over the world reported it as the discovery of humanity's earliest ancestor. Then 5 years later, the paper overturning it was also published in Nature. The slap in the face came completely out of nowhere, but scientists did not hide it or cover it up. Instead, they openly admitted the mistake, because that is the true essence of the scientific spirit. Not being afraid of making mistakes, but being afraid of not correcting them. So how exactly did Saccorhytus live? Scientists speculate that it probably floated in seawater or burrowed among sand grains, using that big mouth to swallow even smaller microorganisms. The ring of spiny folds around its mouth may have been used to catch prey, like the trap of a Venus flytrap. Because it was only 1 millimeter in size, its complete organs simply could not be seen. All nutrients were likely distributed through its whole body by diffusion through body fluids. And what is even more amazing is that its ancestors originally had an anus, but during evolution, it actually lost that anus. Scientists call this evolutionary reversal. To adapt to some special environment, it chose to sacrifice digestive efficiency. This discovery also exposed an even bigger mystery. If Saccorhytus was not a human ancestor, then what did the real deuterostoms from 535 million years ago look like? To this day, it is still a mystery. At present, the earliest confirmed deuterostom fossils can only be traced back to 518 million years ago. That leaves a gap of a full 17 million years in between. In other words, humanity's real ancestor is very likely still buried somewhere in some remote gully, waiting to be dug out. That is where the charm of science lies. Every discovery may overturn old understanding, and every overturning brings us one step closer to the truth.